Welcome back to the IBSP. Here's your host, Boxing News.
David Benavidez calls Canelo Alvarez a duck. Look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And David Benavidez is firing shots at Canelo Alvarez with his brand new t-shirt on his website saying ducking season. It's basically showing David Benavidez shooting at the duck version of Canelo Alvarez while holding the fake WBC world title. So this is what David Benavidez does. He's indirectly calling Canelo Alvarez a duck. He's showing the world that, hey, this guy don't want to fight me. He's not about that smoke. But the problem that I have with David Benavidez is you're putting out t-shirts. You're doing this. You're doing that. You're calling him a duck. But the WBC had approved a 2-week extension for you to choose the mandatory position at 168 or 175. You shouldn't need 2 weeks to determine whether you want to fight Canelo for mandatory or not. You need to enforce your mandatory. You need to immediately say, I want Canelo, and if he don't want to fight me, I want his belt. Strip him. That's what you need to say if you're David Benavidez. Because David Benavidez, make no mistake, you can't call Canelo Alvarez a duck if you don't enforce your mandatory. Make him a duck. Go ahead, enforce your mandatory, strip him of his belt, and be crowned a new champion. Show the whole world that he's a coochie and refused to fight you and he lost his belt because of it. That would officially make Canelo a duck. But Canelo can't be a duck if you won't enforce your mandatory and you decide to fight at another weight class. That does not make him a duck. So all of these t-shirts, all that's nice, all that's funny, all of that's a joke. But it becomes real if you enforce your mandatory. You shouldn't need a 2-week extension to know whether you want to fight Canelo or not. You should just know, this is the fight I want. After the fight with Vostok, David Benavidez says the fight I want is Canelo Alvarez. So why do you need a 2-week extension? Enforce your mandatory today and say that's the fight I want. And if he won't fight me, make him vacate his belt. You see Canelo Alvarez? He pays step-aside money to William Skull for the IBF. He's willing to pay step-aside money. He's trying to keep his undisputed crown. Well, enforce your mandatory and either force the fight or strip him. But you can't call him a duck if you refuse to enforce your mandatory.